We've had a lot of things that have gone on with our family in the last 2 years, but I can tell you this, over those last 2 years, we've been very blessed in all those circumstances. Yeah, I mean, early on, some important decisions we had to make were tough, and we knew this. I mean, going forward, however long it was going to take, there was going to be a very tough process. But seeing how he fights on a daily basis and seeing how much he's thrived here, in the last 20 months makes everything worthwhile. We're very excited, looking to head up to Boston. It looks like March 9th, and looking to see the progress here that he'll make within the next, in the near future. It's a week-long a battery of tests, which will tell us where they think he is, and talking about his airway, if it's matured, and if it's strengthened, and then also looking at his omphalocele. So what I'm hoping, is that they will be able to avoid one surgery, the surgery on the airway, and be able to simply focus in on the surgery to repair his omphalocele. I was raised in a way that my parents always made decisions to best benefit both, their children. Always wanted to put us in the best situation to be successful, and that's how we were raised, and that's what I believe. Whatever I can do to help my daughters, whatever I can do to help my son, my wife feels the same way. We'll always do, because at the end of the day, to me, that's the goal. As you get older, raise your children to be very productive citizens of society, so they can contribute as much as possible. And talking with the doctors had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with coaching football. It just simply it just happened. Kind of hit the jackpot. And when I say that, we hit the jackpot twice, because it's not very common. And then when it does happen, usually the results are not very good for the person it happens to. So it did happen, but I am very blessed, medically speaking. There really isn't an explanation for me to have this on a Thursday, and then for me to wait till Tuesday to have surgery and still be around. It just happened. What I can tell you we will do here within the next year or so is I will go get genetically tested, just to see what exactly caused it, because of our daughters, our twins, and Mark, to make sure that that we can arm them with any information that they may need moving forward. To be honest, I think there were some indicators there that I knew. I probably knew some things were wrong, but I think it's human nature to sit there and believe that it is something a lot less than really what it is. I can tell you this: I've coached football games in a lot more pain. I've done it through kidney stones. I've done it through things where really this wasn't a big deal. It didn't feel like a big deal. It was lower back pain. So at the time, and the way I've been raised by my parents, but also through sports, and if you can get through it, you get through it, and we had a task at hand, and that task was to go and play and put our, and try to beat Rummel. So, at the time, I just simply thought it was back pain. Probably should have been more aware of things that were going on. I can tell you this: I've learned my lesson. I will be a little bit more aware, and from this whole thing, coaches, and it's not just coaches, but certain people who have in their fields. When they're taking care of other people, or that's what they're trying to do on a daily basis, they oftentimes forget to do the things that they need to in order to take care of themselves. And if there's anything that can come out of this for people that see the story, hear the story, is that do the things that you need to do in order to take care of yourself, in order to take care of your body, because if you don't do that, then you can't do the other part of taking care of the people you're trying to minister to. Yes, that'll be probably the only time I've ever said that, but you're right. I mean, if this, and I've said this before, 10 out of 10 people here, if you were to ask them and you say, hey, if Brother Martin would have won that game against Rummel and would have played in the state championship, they would have told you exactly what I know. I would not have gone to see a doctor. Because preparing for the state championship game would have been, at that time, most important thing, thinking it was just lower back pain, Humbling in this sense, and I keep saying that term, it has slowed me down, and I think it has slowed me down in order for me to spend more one-on-one time with God. whether it's through prayer, whether it's through meditation. But it definitely has slowed me down, I think, in a good way. In this profession, and then the things that we're dealing with at home, you're always on the go. There's never any downtime. And then when you wake up in the morning, I've always been so used to having a plan A, plan B, plan C, and then possibly plan D. Everything that we go through on a daily basis, you've got to understand that, hey, you really don't make the plans, So it has allowed me to understand that in the grand scheme of things, you've got to go with the flow and realize the fact that that really the good Lord above is the one that controls, kind of controls everything that's going on. You've got to be okay with that, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Very, very, very thankful. And before surgery, I can say this: I went in, talked to the team of doctors, as I'm laying there, and I asked them, I said, listen, please say a special prayer. I have no regrets. I work very hard, but I also try to make everything my children do. But I have twins at the time that were 6, and I have a special needs child that I would love to raise. So please say a special prayer. Knowing this, and when I woke up, that second chance, knowing that I would do even more than I have done with my family than I do now. Yeah, it's this is truly what I love doing. I love being around. I can tell you this: for the last 6 weeks, when I was not with my children, once my children went back to school, I missed my kids here. So being back here with them, mentoring them, it means the world to me. And so, the plan here is just keep doing the things that we do. We live. Our football team has a creed. We live by that creed. I can tell you this whole situation that we've the whole bunch of situations that we've dealt with have forced us to live by our football creed. And that creed, it means the world to me. I think it means the world to the kids that are in our program. You see it everywhere on social media, hashtag TTCF, Team Tough Compete Finish. And I can tell you this: I know our family has done a good job of living that out in the last couple of years, and I really want to promote that message so our kids understand it. So when they graduate that stage and leave our institution, we know that they're going to be successful in life. It's I give my wife a hard time at times, just because I am hard-headed, but she is. Through the whole process, she has been a rock star. For her to handle the things that she has been amazing. And you can say that, and how I don't know how to express that. How else to express that? But she has been an amazing to think about the things that we've been through. But then you also think of children that are 7 years old now, but over the last 2 years, 5 years old, 6 years old. And for them to do the things that we ask them to do, that's truly amazing. They're helping with trach cleanings. They're helping change trachs. They're missing out on a lot of things because of their baby brother. But at no point are they upset. They enjoy doing this on a daily basis. They enjoy being with their brother, and they're special little girls. Blake and Bryn are special little girls, and they're great girls. They're very successful in school. They're very successful in the athletics they participate in. I'm just very proud as a dad of watching them, how they have matured and how they have grown over the last couple of years. When you see things like that, definitely with it being so close to the situation we just dealt with as a family, definitely hit home, and it just makes things very surreal. It looks very surreal, and just I was very thankful for the situation we're in, and like you said, the second opportunity or another opportunity that I have to spend here on earth with my family here and my family at home.